What's up, y'all? See what they got for us today.
Take this with you. It's the whole get there. Everything you need is in there. Get with you. After you get with that, alright? Step by step, ain't nobody gonna get hurt, bro. Alright, bro, we deal with that. I'm not church. Okay. Get up out of here, man. You just drive. Get with you, okay? You pull up with you. Yeah, bro.
It ain't even showing the video.
Okay. Okay. Alright, like that.
I don't see nothing.
You ever feel like talking shit to your hands? Listen up. I'm on a level that no other motherfucker can achieve. Get me on the verse with a G or the wheel. Holla at your girl when you see me in the street. Got a whole CD rack full of dead beats. Sometimes I go so far to kill MC. The game these days can really disgust me. I gotta make a change and I hope folks trust me. Hands in my head.
Look, that's it. I'm not doing this no more. I can't see shit. I could just hear it. You think I like that? I don't like that shit. I hope that's a notification saying that we went live. Yeah, we was just streaming the West Coast and Amerikkkan Dream on Amazon Prime, but my video sharing is glitching and malfunctioning. So we're gonna go ahead and dive right into the 4 stimulus check updates. Y'all let me know if you have any specific questions, comments, or concerns. Let's get ready to smoke, shall we?
More than 50 members of the House are asking for monthly stimulus checks in future economic relief plans. Didn't specify a recurring payment amount. President Biden says he's open to negotiating who will receive stimulus checks.
What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to another stimulus check update for May 20. Happy Thursday. Hopefully you guys have a great day. We're going to go over the latest news on everything that does have to do with stimulus, the latest updates on the 4th stimulus check. Hopefully you guys do enjoy this video. Leave a like. I would really appreciate that. There's some really good news in this video. It looks like the 4th check is on the way. It is being worked on and talked about in Congress, and the possibility of another check keep increasing every single day. Now, before I get into the video, I am running a $50 Amazon gift card giveaway. If you guys do want to enter, subscribe and leave a comment down below. The winner will be announced on Sunday. Now let's go ahead and get into the updates.
The legislation will be written by the Congress of the United States. But his proposal is obviously going to play a very, very significant and important role in the policy that the Congress considers and hopefully adopts. But it will be the Congress that will write the legislation. Not surprised that the number of issues which are not specifically in the president's proposal right now will nevertheless be in the legislation when it passes to the House of Representatives. And it's a give and take process. We still need to do things to lift the economy and lift up the Americans who are struggling. But we'll see. The president proposes, and the Congress will take his proposal very, very seriously. We will take it very seriously, and we will enact legislation which our committees believe, and the jurisdiction of many, many committees are engaged in these proposals, and we will come out with what we believe is the policy that the Congress is responsible for forging.
So recently, the Fed Chair Clarida did say that the job market does call for more continued stimulus. Federal Reserve Vice Chairman Richard Clarida said Monday the process of starting the economy back up again may be an uneven one, in comments that showed no appetite to dial back central bank stimulus yet. The coronavirus pandemic that struck over a year ago was an unprecedented shock that led to an unprecedented collapse, and we may have an unprecedented recovery, Mr. Clarida said in a virtual appearance at a conference led by the Atlanta Fed. So there's so many people saying that more stimulus is needed, not only people in Congress, but also people in the Federal Reserve. And these people really do know what's going on. They study this stuff, and they say that the economy is still in a very bad place. Even though some parts of the economy have recovered, it's mainly for rich people. For the middle and lower class, it's just getting worse. And there has been a very big push this week for another stimulus check. This article is titled "Fourth Stimulus Check Possible" as more Democrats ask Biden for recurring payments. And it does say a fourth round of stimulus checks could be coming as more members of the U.S. Congress this week renewed a push for more relief payments. This comes as the economy continues to recover from the pandemic, and a group of 6 Democrats on the House Ways and Means Committee on Monday did send Biden a letter urging him to add monthly checks and enhance unemployment benefits to his American Families Plan. A lot of articles do say this. More Democrats push Biden for recurring stimulus checks, and most articles do say that it's looking like another check will be coming, and it probably will be included in the American Families Plan. Another stimulus check could be a boon for many Americans. A recent poll found 38 million Americans say they were worse off financially than before the outbreak began in the U.S. For people below the poverty level, 29% said their personal finances worsened. So they do want to include the stimulus check in the American Families Plan, and Democrats are asking Biden to think big on infrastructure. A letter obtained by ABC News calls on Democratic leaders to be skeptical of Republican overtures and underscores the delicate balance President Joe Biden must strike inside his own party as he works to secure another major legislative achievement. While bipartisan support is welcome, the pursuit of Republican votes cannot come at the expense of limiting the scope of popular investment. Pramila Jayapal wrote in a letter to House Speaker Nancy Pelosi, progressives have called on Democratic leaders to pursue a larger upfront investment in infrastructure that truly meets this historic moment. So basically, a lot of Democrats are telling Biden to just stop working with Republicans. It's just a waste of time, and I really do agree, and they should just pass the bill through reconciliation. So Democrats continue resisting bipartisan infrastructure negotiations, and they have said we might lose human infrastructure. So Democrats not only want to have physical infrastructure, they also want to pass human infrastructure, social infrastructure, and they do want to pass more affordable health care, also free community college, and stimulus checks. Representative Rokhana did say it's not $800 billion compared to $2.3 billion. I think we should move forward with one bill. When Senator Kristen Gillibrand was asked if she supports bipartisanship on the measure, she replied, absolutely not. We might lose our coalition for human infrastructure. I do not think the White House should relegate recovery to the judgment of Mitch McConnell because he will not function in a good faith. And I really do agree. I just do not see how they can work with Mitch McConnell. He wants the bill to be a lot less. Representative Ruben Gallego did say they're not being even players and we should just move on and fuck them. Representative Mark Polka did say at what point do they seriously come to the table? And again, I do agree.
Mitch McConnell was always a naysayer. That's not
offer.
okay.
Their most recent offer was a $400 billion offer. So it's really kind of a joke, honestly, comparing their offers to the offer that the Democrats do want to pass. And Republicans have actually suggested using federal unemployment money and spending it on infrastructure. And this is really disappointing. That money is meant for the unemployed. A lot of states have cut off the $300 weekly unemployment benefits, and many more are going to cut them off before it does expire. And Republicans are actually looking at that money and they want to spend it for the infrastructure plan, which is a really bad idea. People really do need that money more than building that might not even be needed. And Senator Shelley Capito, who is negotiating with the Democrats, did say that there's more of a 50% chance of Biden infrastructure deal. President Joe Biden and Senate Republicans have a greater than 50-50 chance of striking a deal on infrastructure in the viewpoint of top negotiator Shelley Capito. She did say next 2 weeks will probably be the critical time spot. Right now, it's hard for me to see July 4th as an end date. So she's saying that there's a 50-50 chance of the deal being bipartisan, but honestly, it's probably not going to be bipartisan. I really do not see any way of them coming to an agreement, but as I've said in my other videos, it's better if it's not bipartisan because then they can use budget reconciliation and for sure include another stimulus check in the American Families Plan. So that has been the latest update. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed. Drop a like on the video if you have. Subscribe if you're new. Let me know down below
or tax advice. It's not me. All right. Also, don't forget that Casey and I are giving away over $3,000 in prizes and cash. I'll make sure to leave a link below. All right. Now, earlier this week, the Federal Reserve held a conference in Atlanta, Georgia, to discuss the economy, the stock market, jobs, and the recovery effort. Federal Reserve Vice Chairman Richard Clarida said we are with an uneven recovery in the economy and the country. Some have called this a K-shaped recovery, but he has chosen to label it as an uneven recovery. Clarida said, regarding the closing and reopening of the U.S. economy, it was an unprecedented shock. It led to unprecedented collapses, and we have an unprecedented recovery. Clarida felt continued stimulus was needed to help even out the economy while jobs come back. The head of the Treasury, Janet Yellen, is now trying to get support for President Biden's $2.3 trillion infrastructure spending package, or the Build Back Better plan. She has the support of most Democrats, but moderate Democrats are torn on the price tag, where the money will be spent, and the amount of tax increase required to justify the jump in national debt. Yellen is garnering almost no support from Republicans that want to stick to traditional infrastructure spending, like roads, bridges, airports, trains, etc. Senator Joe Manchin said he really doesn't know if he can back Biden's tax increases and spending levels with the new spending bill. Manchin has been quiet on the American Families Plan, which is the social infrastructure spending bill. Now, regarding a fourth stimulus check, President Biden said he's going to stay out of it and leave it up to Congress to decide whether a fourth stimulus check should be included in the Build Back Better plan or the American Families Plan. So basically, he's knocked the ball back to Congress and told them to decide. He didn't say he was for it. He didn't say he was against it, just that it would be their decision. Now, yesterday I told you that it was my opinion that the chances of a fourth stimulus check 100% hang with the Democrat Party. If they don't push a check through, they will be seen as breaking promises and not looking out for the American people, which they have said is their biggest focus. They right now have full power to push through their bill and spending using budget reconciliation. But the question remains, were they just pushing a stimulus check as a talking point, or will they actually make it happen? I guess we'll know here in the next little while. Republicans have been clear that their major focus going forward are jobs, back-to-work bonuses, and keeping taxes low for the American people. Now, do you think Democrats will put a stimulus check in the Build Back Better plan or the American Families Plan, or will it be left out altogether? Please let me know your thoughts in the comments below. By the way, I just want to say thank you guys so much for liking these videos. It helps me get the word out through YouTube, and I appreciate you guys doing that for me. All right, now the $1,000 to $2,000 coming from the IRS regarding the refund on the first $10,200 of unemployment in 2020 are expected to start going out any day now. For those that found themselves unemployed, what a great little stimulus check that will be arriving, right? Now, this was thrown in the very last day of negotiation. So anything could be thrown in last minute. The stimulus checks in December were thrown in just days before President Trump signed.
Those of you who filed for unemployment in 2020.
Tax-free money on unemployment was thrown in last minute, and now a good portion of the country.
For me to sprinkle my razzle dazzle as we go through this show. If you filed unemployment for 2020 and you were paranoid and you clicked the little box that said withhold taxes from this payment, and for the year of 2020 you earned less than $10,200 in unemployment benefits, you are entitled to those taxes you paid in a income tax refund when you file your income tax return. If you missed out on the $1,200 stimulus check or the $1,400 stimulus check or the $600 stimulus check, you need to let them know when you file your income tax, or let your tax preparer know item 30 or item 31, unclaimed government funding. Things like that, okay? And if you have a child tax credit, you can also receive that, I believe, somehow after you file it.
We'll be getting another stimulus check, so we'll see what comes out in the next little bit. Now, as states are now receiving federal dollars from the last stimulus package, states are starting to decide how best to spend this money in their state budgets, and also with helping their state citizens. Gavin Newsom, the governor of California, is trying to pass a $100 billion stimulus package for California residents. He is seeking to send a $600 stimulus check to tens of millions of residents, and wants to add an additional $5 billion in rent assistance. Could other states follow this? After saying California would go broke, Nancy Pelosi pushed to get $300 billion pushed out to states, with New York and California receiving the lion's share of that money. However, Governor Newsom said they've been able to find money for this new stimulus program based on increased tax revenue. So which is it? Are you going broke, or did you guys have plenty of money, right? Governor Newsom also wants to send $500 stimulus checks to children in California. Now, some are speculating that Governor Newsom may be trying to buy votes, as he is in the process of being recalled as the state governor. So they had money once his career was on the line. It's kind of interesting, right? YouTube stimulus updater Meet Kevin is actually running for governor against Gavin Newsom. So we'll see who becomes the new governor of California. So will we see other states follow this new pattern of state-offered stimulus checks with the money they got from the federal government? Or is this just something for California residents only? If this passes under Governor Newsom, this will be the fourth stimulus check for California residents. The fifth stimulus check if the federal government goes through, the fourth based on the state. And if a fourth stimulus check goes through with the federal government, that would be 6 stimulus checks to California residents. All right, now as more and more states jump on board with ending the federal unemployment boost early, do you think other states will jump on board with delivering a state stimulus check? Let me know what you think of this in the comments. President Biden said the best way to tackle climate change comes down to one word: jobs. If jobs move in the direction of better for the climate, then the climate will move in the direction of better for us. President Biden also said the future of cars in America is the electric car. This after test driving Ford's new car lineup. Some in Washington, D.C. are finding Biden's policies to be very confusing. He shut down the Keystone Pipeline his first day in office, but then just gave permission to lift sanctions on Russia's new pipeline stretching into Germany. He also seems to be supporting Governor Whitmer of Michigan closing an Enbridge pipeline, which would cause further gas price increases for Michigan residents, the country of Canada, and the northern states in the United States. Now, speaking of President Biden and new energy, more and more is coming out about the U.S. military having alien technology based on videos that were leaked from the Navy showing unidentified aerial phenomenon. Yesterday, former President Obama said he knows for a fact the military and Pentagon have video of what appears to be UFOs, but wouldn't say whether they were in possession of alien bodies, alien technology, or alien aircraft. Now, according to the Trump stimulus package signed in December, the military and the U.S. Pentagon are supposed to release a report identifying and coming clean on whether there is alien technology. But you have to wonder, if the government has been covering up aliens and alien technology for 50 years, why are they suddenly going to tell us about it now? Some speculate UFO information is released just at the right time in order to distract the American people from what's really going on in the U.S. government. I'd be curious to know from my community, do you guys think that the United States is in possession of UFO technology? Or is this a major distraction tactic used against us? Please let me know your thoughts in the comments.
That's right. Derek Chauvin sending
as airlines move back to pre-pandemic capacity, some airlines are toying with the idea of weighing passengers before they board an airplane, similar to weighing their luggage. Ticket prices would remain the same for everybody, but a surcharge would be added based on your weight. I understand someone possibly needing to buy a second seat based on their body size and shape, but this seems very over the top to me. What do you think? Should airlines be able to weigh us before allowing us onto a plane? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Now, Congress has passed a new bill, the AAPI bill, or the Anti-Asian and Pacific Islander Hate Crime Bill, to stop the amount of hate crimes committed against Americans of Asian descent and Americans of Pacific Island descent. This is my update for today. As I know more, I will definitely come on and share more. Before you go, make sure to get registered for the giveaway that Casey and I are doing with over $3,000 in prizes and cash, just to say thank you for being members of our community. Now, before you go, I just wish to remind you that you are amazing. I appreciate you being in my community, and I'll see you on the next video.
Come on, Jimmy Neutron. You the shit. 4:28 here on the West Coast, Northern California, Stockton, California to be exact, baby. We have just listened to a stimulus check update. I want to remind you to do what you can, where you can, when you can, in your community, your city, and state. In this country, you can also sign national petitions at change.org. Justice for Breonna Taylor, justice for Ahmaud Arbery, justice for George Floyd, justice for Elijah McClain, justice for Ma'Khia Bryant, justice for Adam Toledo, justice for Vanessa Gillen. Okay. Also, vote.org, make a difference in your city, your state, and your community. After school programs, public housing, homeless shelters, community programs, public transportation, after school programs, the YMCA, the Boys and Girls Club, free healthcare clinics, Planned Parenthoods, propositions, Prop 22s, Prop 10s, Prop 17s, etc. Those running for office in your city and state. Vote.org. If you are able to vote, please do so where you can, when you can. Let's please make a huge difference. All right, y'all, we're gonna fade to the background so we can play other music and not get banned. I love y'all. You're beautiful. Your soul is beautiful. Your energy is positive. You're important to me, your community, your family, and your friends. And I love y'all. Thank y'all for being here and making me a top streamer. Thank you for my money. All of that, all of that, all of that. 4:30 a.m. here on the West Coast, Northern California, Stockton, California to be exact, baby.